What up, what up, what up? It's your boy Shogunna again. Here to bring you guys a Bleach manga chapter review, man. Yes, this is Bleach chapter 606 entitled Divine Division. What's being divided? Stay tuned for that. But before I talk about this chapter, 606, I have to talk about chapter 605 first because a bunch of important things. Well, not a bunch, but some very significant things happen in chapter 605 that kind of tie everything, all this whole fight between Yuha and Ichibei together. So first off, I want to talk about 605. Yuha and Ichibei, they spoke with some type of familiarity with each other. So I don't know if it's they used to be comrades back in the day or some type of kinship, but they used to know each other. They go way back, like four flats on the Cadillac. If you guys get that reference, put it in the comment section. But yeah, they used to know each other. Next thing, we got a little bit of glimpse of what Ichibei's true power is. When I say his true power is, Ichibei is known as I think they said the monk who caused the real name. I believe that's what Ichibei is known as, the monk who caused the real name. So his power lies in the ability to hold the power of something's name. That that you can get extremely hacks with that. If, as we see in this chapter 606, you can get crazy hacks with that. That's ridiculous. And I think this is the last thing. Yuha. We saw Yuha actually bestow himself a power. This creates an extreme number of possibilities with you whereas regards to Yuha, because for him to be able to be in a situation and then to bestow a power onto himself for said situation, it speaks volumes to how strong and how much of a threat Yuha is, man. Yuha is ridiculously crazy, man. That's stupid hacks. That is ridiculously hacked. Now, I don't know if he had to go through the ritual or if he had to touch his vocal cord, because in the chapter 605, I'm still talking about 605, sorry guys, but in chapter 605, he lost his voice and he needed to speak to say an enchantment, for his holy arrow, his sacred god holy arrow, whatever it was called. It was raw, but whatever it was called, he needed to recite an enchantment to say it. So to say it, but because he said Ichibei's name, and Ichibei holds the power of name, since he said the name, he lost the ability to speak his name. So he lost the ability to speak, period. That's just what I'm thinking here. But Yuha was in a situation where he needed to speak and bestowed himself the power of speech in said situation. Crazy. Just crazy. Crazy. Just crazy. Now, when he did this, he stuck his fingers in his throat, piercing his throat. Now, I don't know if he needed to touch the vocal cords or if he had to pierce his throat to swallow his blood, because the ritual is they have to swallow his blood or something crazy like that. But I don't know if that's what that was. But if it is, Shogunna called it first. you guys heard it first here. But let's go on to 606. So the chapter really starts out with, we really just got two main things that happened in this chapter. The chapter went like this. It went really, really quick. So this review should really not be that long. But starts off with Yoruichi's sister. my question to this is, where the fuck have you been? Where has your, like, we've never met, we've never even heard of this character. There's not have never even been mentioned to this character, and now Kubo's just bringing her out. I don't even know if it's sister or brother, but I think I'm going with sister. But now it's just Kubo's just bringing her out the woodworks, like, oh, and let's just chuck Yoruichi's sister in there. Like, what? And she's carrying a huge bag. She's carrying a huge bag, and the sister is the new head of the Shihon family, and their house is known as the House of the God's Gears or something like that. I believe that's what it's called, the House of Godly Gears, with basically a bunch of mystical items. I'm guessing because if you guys remember Soul Society art, come back with me now. In Soul Society art, Yoruichi had the cape that can float, where you can float in Soul Society and basically fly in Soul Society. They can fly now, but basically this was the Kubo's writing for how Ichigo was going to be there in time to save Rukia and how they were going to escape Byakuya. So she had the cape that can fly, and I think she had another mystical item too, but I can't remember it. Or wasn't that not the cape? I don't know. I can't remember. It's too far back, but I remember she gave him a cape, and he ended up flying. I don't know if she gave him something else that made him fly, or if the cape was something else. Put it in the comment section. Just put it in the comment section. I don't know right now. I deviated too far from the chapter right now. Just put it in the comment section. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that bag is a bunch of just crazy, stupid hacks items they're gonna need to take out you all. And the visors are back. Well, the rest of the visors that didn't get their ass kicked in the war so far, they're back. Who cares? My favorite visor got beat already, so yeah, I don't care. Shinji got handled already, so it really doesn't matter. Who else? Oh, basically, and then the second thing is the fight between Yuha and Ichibei. Now, this fight, I loved it. I wanted this fight I wanted it to keep going. I really wanted to keep going. This fight is so nasty. So you got Yuha and Ichibei. They're duking it out. You know what I'm saying? Yuha has his sword that really doesn't have any type of name or anything to it. He just has a sword for some reason. But and Ichibei's fighting with his paintbrush, his big paintbrush. And Ichibei hits Yuha. Yuha blocks it. And then he says, and then he's talking junk, like, you know, come on, what is that gonna do? And then Ichibei lets him know, like, yo, this paintbrush, it doesn't cut flesh. That's not what it does. It's a paintbrush, man. Come on. This ain't ridiculous now. It just don't cut flesh. It cuts the name. It cuts through the name of the what it is, the true name of whatever it's cutting. So, since it hit his arm, he turned his arm. It basically isn't called arm anymore. Arm is one syllable. Just think about it this way: if arm was two syllables, it would cut it in half. Cease the word being arm. It's not arm anymore. So he cut his arm in half. He basically cut the power in half. That's basically what he's doing. He's cutting the power in half of anything. But this can stem off into many directions. Well, not that many, but he can either make something stronger, I'm thinking, or he can make it completely different. Or he can give power. Well, I don't know if he can give power. We'll see. We'll see. I'm going way out there. I don't think he can give power to something. But we'll see. It can go either way. But he cut the true essence of the name. So his arm is half, all his strength. His swinging powers reduced by half. His blocking half. Speed, which he can react, half. All that's cut down by half. And now, because of that, Ichibei was able to land another stroke, cutting Yuha straight down half. And now Yuha's whole power is completely nerfed. It's completely nerfed. It's completely nerfed. So why did I backtrack and tell you guys about chapter 605? It's because at the end of this chapter, at the end of 606, Yuha's smiling. He says, does it look like I'm phased? Like he's smiling. And he's smiling because he can give himself any power he wants. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what Ichibei does. He can give him any power. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. That's why I'm thinking this is going. He's smiling because he's just gonna undo it. He's just gonna be like, oh, you thought you had me? Power up. I invoke myself with the power of power. The power of power. It's so ridiculous. Yuha is a major threat. Yuha is just nasty. Yuha's God. Yuha's God. Yuha is the freaking Quincy Jesus Christ. So anyway, that was it. Chapter 606, entitled Divine Division. This is your boy Shogunna. Brought you that nice manga chapter review. They will be back. I told you guys they'll be back. I told you. What I say? I think for now it's just gonna be Bleach. So just look forward to Bleach. You know, at the end of every week. So I'm starting to ramble. It's your boy Shogunna. Peace, and I'm out.